but they keep telling me because this has to be 10 days or something, I got to keep wearing it, but don't tell them I didn't have it on when I walked in.
Biden joked about not wearing a mask Wednesday following this week's positive COVID-19 test of his wife, First Lady Jill Biden, sending mixed signals as White House officials insist the president is following CDC guidelines. "I've been tested again today. I am clear across the board. But they keep telling me because this has to be 10 days or something. I got to keep wearing it," Biden said in his opening remarks on a dock workers' deal to a small audience. "But don't tell them I did not have it on when I walked in, all right?" he added with a grin. Hours earlier, his aides had said the US president would obey US masking guidelines following his wife's positive diagnosis, including wearing one around others. However, it wasn't the first instance in the week that Biden had broken his government's guidelines. Earlier, President Biden remained maskless Tuesday in front of an 81-year-old vet while awarding him the Medal of Honor, flouting COVID-19 rules that the White House had just said Biden would follow. Biden removed his black KN95-style mask during a prayer at the ceremony for retired Army Captain Larry Taylor in the White House East Room ahead of the president's remarks from a lectern recounting the elderly honoree's heroism in the Vietnam War. Both men are considered to be at an elevated risk for the virus because of their age. After giving his speech, Biden failed to put the mask back on as he approached Taylor and stood roughly 6 inches from him for about 4 minutes as the citation for Taylor's award was read aloud. The unmasked president then fastened the medal around Taylor's neck before shaking his hand and abruptly leaving the room before the closing prayer. As Biden left, the unmasked president gave a thumbs up when asked about his wife's health. Explaining the abrupt departure of the president, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre offered a rather lousy excuse, saying it was to minimize COVID-19 exposure. He left when there was a pause in the program in order to minimize his close contact with attendees who are about to participate in a reception, Jean-Pierre said. Despite the controversy, Biden will be traveling to the Indian capital city of New Delhi for the G20 summit after testing negative for COVID, the White House confirmed. On Tuesday, the president will travel to New Delhi to attend the G20 Leaders Summit. On Friday, President Biden will participate in a bilateral meeting with Prime Minister Modi, and on Saturday and Sunday, he will participate in the official sessions of the G20 summit. US National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan told reporters at a White House news conference.